Second, be a source of light, but do not be the sun. If you are more intelligent than your master, appear as if you were not. Act like you need their expertise. Ask for their advice. If you are more charming, tone it down in their presence. This is not about being a sycophant. It is about being a strategist. Let your master shine, and you will be rewarded with power beyond measure. Make them feel insecure, and you will be crushed.
Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Power, in many ways, is a game of appearances. And one of the most effective ways to appear powerful is to master the art of silence. When you are trying to impress people with words, a dangerous thing happens. The more you say, the more common you appear. You become just another voice in the noise. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish, something that offends someone, or something that reveals your true intentions. Once the words are out, you cannot take them back. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. When you are quiet, the people around you become uncomfortable. They are not used to silence. They will rush to fill that silence with their own nervous chatter, revealing their own weaknesses, their own plans, and valuable information you can use. Your short, ambiguous answers make you seem profound and mysterious. People will desperately try to interpret what you mean, attributing to you an intelligence and power that you may not even possess. Your silence becomes a blank screen onto which others project their own assumptions. Consider the artist Andy Warhol. He understood this law perfectly. In interviews, he would give short, cryptic, and often nonsensical answers to questions. He would pause for long periods. Journalists and critics, used to long-winded explanations, were baffled. They would spend weeks, even years, trying to decipher his hidden meanings. This created an incredible aura of mystique around him. He seemed like a modern oracle, a man of profound and hidden depths. But in reality, he often had nothing to say. His power came from the silence that others filled with their own interpretations. How do you apply this law in your own life? First, practice deliberate silence. When you are in a meeting or a negotiation, get comfortable with pauses. When asked a question, don't feel the need to give a long, rambling answer that reveals everything you know. Be concise. Be deliberate. Often, a simple yes, no, or I will consider it is far more powerful than a 10-minute explanation. It forces the other person to wonder what you're truly thinking. Second, be vague when it serves your purpose. Keep your intentions and opinions ambiguous. This keeps people on their toes and prevents them from being able to predict your moves. And third, be particularly careful with sarcasm. A momentary feeling of satisfaction you get from a witty, sarcastic remark is rarely worth the price you pay in the resentment that it can create. Remember, words are like currency. The more you spend, the less value they have. Learn to hold your tongue, and you will find that what you don't say is often far more powerful than what you do. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Any momentary victory you think you have gained through argument is almost always a Pyrrhic victory. It is a victory that will cost you more than it is worth in the long run. Why? Because the resentment and ill will you stir up are stronger and more lasting than any temporary change of opinion you might have forced. You can have the most logical, well-reasoned, factually correct argument in the world. You can prove with absolute certainty that the other person is wrong. And what have you accomplished? You have wounded their pride. You have made them feel inferior. You have implicitly criticized their intelligence. You may have won the argument, but you have lost an ally. And you may have created a silent enemy who will be waiting for an opportunity to undermine you. As Dale Carnegie also taught, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. It is far more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions without saying a word. Demonstrate, do not explicate. Let results be your ultimate argument. A tangible demonstration of success carries more weight than the most eloquent speech or the most logical debate. It is proof that cannot be argued with. History provides a perfect example during the Renaissance. A debate raged in Florence over where to place Michelangelo's statue of David. One faction wanted it in a prominent, open location. Another, led by a powerful politician named Soderini, wanted it in a more sheltered loggia. Soderini argued that the statue was magnificent, but it had a flaw. The news was too large. Michelangelo knew that arguing with a powerful man like Soderini was pointless. So he used demonstration. He led Soderini up the scaffolding to the statue's face. He picked up his chisel and a small amount of marble dust he had concealed in his hand. While Soderini watched from below, Michelangelo pretended to gently tap away at the nose, letting the marble dust fall little by little. He didn't actually touch the statue at all. After a few moments, he stood back and said, "Look at it now." Soderini replied, "I like it better. You have given it life." Michelangelo won his point not by arguing, but by creating the illusion of action. He allowed Soderini to believe his criticism had been addressed, preserving the politician's sense of importance. The statue was placed in the more prominent location he desired.
How do you apply this law? Next time you disagree with a coworker or a superior, resist the powerful urge to argue your point. Instead, propose a small-scale practical test of your idea. I understand your perspective. It's a valid point. How about we try my method on this small part of the project and let the results speak for themselves? If your idea is better, the results will prove it without you having to say a word. The other person will come to your conclusion on their own, or at least be more open to it, without feeling like they have been forced or humiliated. They can save face. Save your breath. Don't win arguments. Win through demonstration. Your success will be your ultimate and silent persuasion. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. This law is a